Hi everyone, my name is Esther Jifanya. Welcome to my YouTube channel and to today's video. So today's video is an interesting one. It's how I packed for Kigali, or how you should pack for Kigali, because don't pack like how I packed, okay? We have new students coming in about a week, and it just got me thinking about my first time in Kigali. Actually, not my first, my second, because I had been here already. But coming here as a student, right? How I thought about the whole process, and sure, I packed unnecessary things, a lot of unnecessary things. And so it got me thinking about somebody in my shoes trying to pack for Kigali. Okay, so this video will be in different parts. I'll go into more details as the video progresses. But before I continue, I got this dress about a week ago and I really love it. This particular design, I just love. Like, I just saw it and I was like, I have to take it. And I took it. So I'll show you what it looks like when I'm outside later. But right now, let's focus on the video because I need to get through this quickly. Okay, so this is not a formal video. Like, this is my point of view and based on my experience, things you probably shouldn't come along with, okay? And things you should definitely come along with. So I think this video will really be helpful for people who are not East African. Okay, I don't know how different a Kenyan's taste bud is from, a Kenyan's taste bud is from somebody from Rwanda, but as a West African, we are different. Hugely different. Okay, so when I was coming to Kigali, I think I packed more out of, I didn't really think the process through very well. Okay, so here's the case. I came to Kigali a year before I actually came to school. And when I came, I spent about a week. And during this week, I think 2 days into the trip, I didn't have a local SIM card, okay? And 2 days into the trip, I got missing. So I was with a friend and we were going for an evening service, okay? And he was like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not far. Like, I'm good. And my sister too was like, oh, if you're with this person, like, everything is fine. We went on a moto. Okay, so he had his moto, I had my moto. And we instructed the moto guy, follow this guy, okay? So we're on the motor, we are going. And I'm doing my best to like see like his shirt at the back. So like I'm peeping to, make sure that the motor guy is actually following him. But it was dark. So we get to this roundabout that has north, south, east and west, okay? And so we are coming from the south, right? And I don't see which exits my colleague's motor uses. And so we get, like, the motor guy's like, which one are we supposed to use? And I'm like, I told you I don't know. And almost everybody speaks Kenya, Rwanda here. Like, I was very confused because I told you follow the guy. Now you're asking me where did he go? Anyways, I got down. I luckily I had some cash on me, so I just paid him. I told him that he should go because I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't have a SIM card. Keep that in mind. Then I saw a police officer and I walked up to him. So that was the first time I was seeing a police officer without his gun in a casing. Okay, I have seen military guys, police officers with guns, but it's always like in a case. So I panicked initially, but my first thought was like, if you're missing in any country, security is your best friend, right? So I walked to the police officer and I started speaking English. I'm like, oh, hi, I'm lost and I'm trying to find XYZ. Could you help me make a phone call? Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to go into details about how he reacted, but he wasn't helpful. He didn't help me, okay? And that was a bad experience for me because I was like, I thought the police was supposed to be your friend, okay? Now, I don't know if he didn't understand English, but he didn't respond. Like, he was just... And then I knew I was all alone, okay? When I realized help was not going to come from the police officer, I panicked. I was scared. My brain started playing some horror scenes and horror movies I had watched and how people get missing in countries and everything. But Anyways, I just snapped out of it. And then I saw, like, thinking on my feet, I saw this mobile money vendor. And so I went to him, and then I took out the money in my purse. Took out the money. I was like, "Hi, I need a SIM card. Can I borrow his phone? Like, he should give me his phone to make calls." Okay, so he gave me his phone, and then I just dialed every number I knew. I don't remember the details of how exactly we found each other, but it was through the mobile money guy. I don't remember how we did it, but we did it, and we found each other, and I was safe. Anyway, that memory really stuck with me. Okay, I didn't like the fact that I was stranded. I didn't like the fact that I couldn't speak the language. I didn't like not knowing what to do. Okay, and not being able to express myself in a way that the people could understand. So with that in mind, when I was coming to school, I told myself, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I need people's help. Like, I need a lot of help that would require me to speak the language. I just didn't want anything that would make me stranded, basically. And that was, I think that was something that fueled my packing, which was wrong. Okay, so I ended up packing a lot. When I was coming to Rwanda, I had 3 extra bags. 3 extra bags. Now, there was something a bit off though, because initially I thought I was going to just have 2 bags, and then I got to the airport, and I don't know, I think the scale was twisted or something, or maybe it wasn't, I don't know. Bottom line is, I came to Rwanda with 3 extra bags. Don't be like me, you don't need 3 extra bags. All right, so the first thing I'll talk about, or the first main section, is things I think you should definitely pack when you're coming to Kigali. Okay, now before I delve into it, I want to say that I think your taste buds will definitely adapt. They will adjust to East African food. Okay, that's if you are West African or South African or Northern African, right? But from my experience, don't rush it. Don't rush it, because there are lots of things that were different for me, and it just made me lose appetite. Like, I couldn't eat. You don't want that. You're coming to school. Your brain has to be your brain has to be settled to work properly. Anyways, yeah, so first things first, I said pack snacks and cereals. So if you definitely have some favorite snacks or cereals that you really like, please do pack them. For me, the things I really liked were which I've still not seen it actually. There's one biscuit, more than one. So these were some of the things I packed. I remember I packed so I packed Cerelac, but the Cerelac over here, the only thing is they don't have the sachet Cerelac, so they have the tin. Now I prefer the sachet Cerelac because it helps with portion control. Like, if I'm eating 2, I know I'm eating 2 and I'm done. Okay, so I'm just going to continue. Yeah, the last thing I was saying was Cerelac. Okay, so I prefer the sachet Cerelac to the tin, and over here they don't have, or I haven't seen sachet Cerelac, so I packed a number of the sachet Cerelac. The way to think about it is, you don't want to force your taste buds to adapt immediately. Okay, you want to pack stuff that will comfort you. You're coming to a new country, there's a lot to think about. The last thing you want to be worried about is how your mouth feels or how your taste buds feel. Like, comfort them. Pack what will comfort them. The second thing is Ghanaian spices and sauces. So, well, this one I wrote Ghanaian because I'm Ghanaian, okay, and that's something I packed that was very helpful. If you have like particular spices that you really like, just pack them. You'll get Maggi here. Maggi is not a spice. Like, it's not something you have to pack. Yeah, usually I think mixed, we have this these mixed spice blends that you can use for everything. You can use for kelewele, you can use for fried rice, you can use for jollof, you can everything. It's like multi-purpose spice. I have seen some here, but I haven't tried it. Okay, then another thing as part of the spices is pack chili sauces. Okay, so Ghanaians, we have shito. Okay, I don't know Nigerians, Cameroonians, what you guys have, but or other East African countries aside Rwanda. Okay, something I packed that helped me was shito with a lot of chili. So something I've come to realize is in Rwanda they give you food, or you order food and you specify, I want it spicy, like, and the food comes and you are like, what is this? Like, not that the food is not nice, the food is nice, but where's the spice? Like, where's the chili? Like, burn me, like. I remember I went out to eat and then I was like, spicy. They brought the food and I was like, what's going on here? And it has been a struggle for me because I really like I like pepper in my food, and sometimes it's not even extra pepper, but they really don't like pepper. It's, you know what we normal, like a normal Ghanaian will eat and be like, oh, it's good, it's good, it's good. I feel like to them it would be like, you know, like those cartoons that you have the, they really don't like spicy food. So if you can pack hot sauces, you know, just, it's not about the quantity, it's about the intensity of the heat. Okay, they also have chili oil here, they call it akabanga. I don't really like that, I mean, because it's just hot oil, right? But I eat it. I mean, I need the chili, so yeah. Another thing I'll say, pack your skincare and your personal care. You don't want to come to Rwanda and now try to find your favorite skincare or your everyday skincare. Okay, so when I was coming, I mean, I knew this already, so I did pack like my basic stuff, but I ran out and then I tried to restock. And typical example of what happened in my case was I needed to buy the CeraVe. I used the cleanser. And then I something I got in Ghana as at the time I was leaving for 250 cedis. I came and they wanted to sell it for me for 50k, which is roughly $50. Okay, and I'm like, what's going on here? And like that was like double the price. Nah. Bottom line, I didn't buy it. I made somebody coming from Ghana buy my thing and bring it to me. Yeah, but that's just by the way. Please get your skincare. Don't come and look for your skincare over here. And one way, I mean, after being here for some time, the excuse you get is because it's a landlocked country, they have to ship everything. So anything that requires shipping or that is not locally produced, you can expect it to be like twice or 3 times the price you would get in your respective country. And your hair product, especially natural girls. So I've actually found a place in town where you can get natural hair products, but I wouldn't, the products are good, okay, but I wouldn't recommend you come and try and get all your hair products here. Reason being that, so in Ghana I buy the set of products. So you will get a vendor selling like a brand and they've already packaged it. So if it was Aunt Jackie's, maybe they've done the set of Aunt Jackie's, or if it was Air Naturals, they'll have the set of Air Naturals. If it was XYZ, it's already in a set. Now the good thing is when you buy the set of 5 or 6, it's less expensive if you are buying individual products, and that was something I like. So if I'm changing a whole set, I will take the whole set. But over here, the place I found, they don't do sets. You definitely have to buy everything per bottle, and by the time you are doing that, it's, the price is just The next thing is your clothes and shoes. Since you are coming to school mostly, if you are a jeans and top person, just pack sufficient like jeans and tops or shoes. I'm not too much of a jeans and top person, and so when I was coming, I had a lot of things. Definitely some things I didn't use, which I wouldn't recommend. Pack things you know you're going to wear. Okay, pack things you know you're definitely going to wear. Another thing is your church clothing. Most people just wear jeans and top to church. I wouldn't wear jeans and top to church anyways, but definitely, like, if you are looking for something to cut down, your extra church clothing is something you might not need. Okay, because you'll be using motors a lot, just think about ease. Okay, and that's a very good tip. you'll probably be sitting on motors a lot. Okay, when you're packing something, think about it. Can I comfortably open my leg and sit on a motor? If your answer is no, maybe you can do without it. Unless, of course, your dinner dress is definitely, because you'll be going to dinners and taxis and, yeah. Okay, then the tech essentials. As you saw, I think that the light out just even solidified this point. I think you should come with a power bank. Now, when I was coming to Kigali, I didn't need a power bank. When we came, the light out situation was not very frequent. I feel like these days it kind of is more frequent. Not I feel like, actually I know, because when we came, there was this thing we used to do. When the light goes out, like, we'll just be kidding, right? Like playing, sorry. So what we'll do is the light will go out and there will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and by the time we counted 5, the light will come back. Now the light goes out and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30 minutes, the lights are out. Like, stuff has definitely changed. Well, you can do without a power bank, but yes, maybe pack a power bank, pack your essential tech stuff like your chargers, your adapters, headphones, basic documents like your IDs, your visa letters, your academic records, your passport, and can store digital copies online. Yeah, if you have the original copies, to bring them. Yeah, the financial aspect. So when you come to school, right, especially if you are a scholar, because I mean, if you are not a scholar, then you already know how you're handling your finances, okay? But if you are coming as a scholar, I don't want you to assume that in your, like, once you just get here, your first 2 weeks, you're going to get your money. No. So from my experience, when we came, I think we didn't have our money till like a month or a little over a month, okay? And by that time, you would have been expected to have a place for rent. Okay, so when you come initially, CMU will house you in a hotel or a lodge for the duration of your orientation. By the time orientation is ending, you are expected to have found a place. In finding a place, your landlord will expect you to pay upfront at least 3 months worth of rent. The least I've heard is 2. Okay, 2. 2. Okay, so you want to have sufficient money on you. Okay, now from my experience, when we came, you pay for the rent and everything. I mean, CMU, because we didn't get our money on time, something they did was they gave us food vouchers, because I mean, mamas eat, right? So they gave us food vouchers for about $100, and you just buy food on an app. So for like 2 weeks, people were just ordering food. Nobody was cooking. I mean, you see the motors coming to campus and everything. That was one way they helped us deal with the situation. Now this is because people are now creating bank accounts and everything, so logistics, there's some delay, so definitely come with a lot of money. If I had to give a rough estimate of how much you should bring, I'll say let's say rent is 300, you have to pay times 3. You don't need that much, trust me, because in first year you'll be staying with people. But let's be on the extreme end. Okay, let's assume you are staying by yourself. 300 for rent times 3, which is 900, and then let's say in a month you spend your expenses are like also 300. Okay, so roughly 1,002, and then let's add a buffer of extra 300. So $1,500. Trust me, you don't need more than that, but it's better to have more money than less money, right? Things I packed that I should definitely not have packed. Okay, well, they were not useless, but I could have survived without them. Like, I could have, but I used them, but I could have survived without them. The first one was I carried. Okay, so before I go into this list, don't judge me. Actually, if you judge me, I won't even know. So the first thing, some of the things that made up my 3 extra luggages, or caused me to have 3 extra luggages. I carried a portable sewing machine. Yeah, so at that time I really wanted to learn how to sew. Okay, before I get to Kigali, I have this thing I do where at different points of my life I pick up an activity and I focus on it like intensely, and then I learn the skill, and maybe I don't use it again, and maybe I use it again. It at the point of execution, it doesn't really matter. The most important thing is I want to learn the skill, and I learn the skill. And I've done this a couple of times. I did this when I wanted to learn how to play the clarinet. Like, I bought a clarinet in secondary school, and I know it's still around. Sorry, but I haven't played it in like 6 years. But what was important for me at that point is I wanted to learn an instrument, so I had to check it. Okay. And when I was coming to Kigali, or before I came to Kigali, the skill I was taking up was learning how to sew. Okay, so it was just, it coincided with my coming, and I had checked getting some over here. I didn't see how to get that easily, so I was like, you know what, just get it in Ghana, put it in my suitcase, I'm coming with you, period. So I carried a portable sewing machine. I used it like 3 or 4 times, and anyway, that skill is maybe to come up again in my future, who knows. Anyway, the second not so useless, unnecessary item I carried was a bedside table. So it's, you know, those cute tables that can be folded and expanded, like they can shrink and expand. Yeah, I packed one of those. I didn't want to come here and have to come and look for that. Okay, like now come and be asking questions, oh, where can I find this, where can I find that? And it was very helpful for me when we came, I mean the first month especially, because we were hosted in this hotel, right? And there were no, I don't remember there being steady tables, or if there were, I just didn't feel like going outside to use them. So I used to use my bedside table on my bed a lot. I would just be in the room and be using my PC with my table, and I was good. The third unnecessary thing I packed, it was a kitchen knife. I don't know why I packed that knife, but okay, no, I know why I packed the knife. So at the time, you know, those, I think everybody has this, like you have a favorite cutlery. It's, the knife is like this long, right? And it cuts fruits, veggies, everything. Like you can, you know those multi-purpose knives. Yeah, so that's what this knife is to me. Okay. So as the time I was coming, I was like, this knife, it just felt sentimental. Like I had been staying by myself for like a year, and I was like, this knife has seen me through everything. Like it has cut my bread, it has cut my veggies, it has cut. I packed the knife. I could have done without the knife, basically. Then my favorite mug. So I had this mug. I could have bought a mug when I came here, actually. Like, it wasn't a big deal. But that mug was just big enough. Like, it wasn't too small. It wasn't too big. It was just right. And I didn't want the stress of having to come and look for a mug. Okay. It took me time to find that mug when I was in Ghana. Okay. Before I bought that mug, when I use mugs, I'm like, you are too small or too big. Like, I don't like having to top up my tea after I've drank some of it, or feel like the tea is too small or too much. This one, when I prepare the tea and I finish it, I am content. I am satisfied. And I was like, pack that mug in that bag, period. Another thing I packed was definitely too many shoes. I packed shoes I didn't wear. I packed heels I didn't wear. So the terrain in Kigali is very hilly, okay, and wearing heels and walking is not comfortable. Now, it wouldn't be a big deal if you are wearing like a 2-3 inch heel and you are walking on flat surface, okay, but when you are doing that and you are having to descend a hill, trust me, you don't want to put yourself through that. So I ended up not wearing a lot of my shoes, because you are going, sometimes it's even in your house, like you've not even left the house, okay, and you want to go down and your toes are like or you want to go up and you're like it's just, you learn to love flat shoes, okay. And then the last thing I think I packed that I could have definitely done without was, I packed too many traditional clothes, okay. So like my cabine slits, I like long skirts, and I had like a number of them. I think I only wore one of them once, and it wasn't even to church. I had a program, I just wore it because I was like, you know what, I have you and I haven't put you to use, so come and put yourself to use, kind of thing. But yeah, those are things I could have definitely done without. To church in Kigali is quite simple. Most people just wear jeans, top, simple dresses. They don't dress extra. Like, see, like Ghana, you're going to church, you wear gele, you wear bulky things like kabines. Church is it's an event. People in Kigali are quite simple. They just, jeans and top. They are simple people. Anyways, yeah, so for this section, my tip would be, before you put in an item, just ask, is it a survival item, or is it a sentimental item? Okay, so on a closing note, I'll say pack what feels like home. Pack things you need to get through before you have to, adjust to what the Rwandans do, or what they eat, or what they like. Okay, because eventually you would, but take it easy on yourself, because you don't want to rush yourself through that. So thank you for watching today's video. Today was just like a, I don't know, take it like your big sister advising you before you come to school kind of thing. I'm going to do a second one in a few minutes, and I have it here actually. So that's just questions from like my first year reflection video, but I put it in questions. I'm not going to talk too much about it. Just go to the next video. I'll shoot that in a few seconds, and minutes, and I'll put it up. All right, bye.